What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. We have so much happening here late at night, so let's start with the brand new 3 Link monsters that were just announced. Ojama, Super Heavy Samurai, and the new Flame Swordsman. I'm excited to read what this flamey boy does. Mighty Flame Swordsman is a Link 2 Fire Warrior Link effect monster with an attack of 1300. Links are bottom left and left, so to the side. Hey. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. All warrior monsters on the field gain 500 attack, so himself too, so he's 1800 out the gate. If this Link summon card is destroyed by battle or your opponent's effect, so relying on the opponent, oof. Target one warrior monster in your graveyard except a Link monster. Special summon that monster, but if that monster leaves the field, it's banished. Interesting, so it relies on the opponent completely. I kind of like the accept a Link monster. We're starting to stop the floodgating of being able to recycle cards. So they've balanced this out pretty well, but you didn't need this to be destroyed by your opponent's effect. I think you could have made this destroyed by your own, and since it stops you from grabbing a Link monster, it would have been okay as a transitional piece. Still, nothing to write mom home about. Ojama Emperor, DZeef. He's hiding the bulge. You get off with this one. Link 3, Light Beast, Link Effect Monster, attack 0, bottom left to bottom and bottom right, so 3 downward arrows. Materials are 3 beast monsters, including an Ojama monster. You gotta use one. You can only use the third effect of this card's name once per turn. If Ojama Country's in the field zone, this card gains 3000 attack and cannot be destroyed by card effects. Okay, that's pretty strong. If this card is attacked, your opponent takes any battle damage you would have taken instead. A bit, okay, I've put all this investment in to this card, and I guess it's kind of like a wacky, if I'm here, you can't hit me, when they're down that low. Target one Ojama monster in your graveyard, except a Link monster. Special summon that monster, but you cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck this turn, except fusion monsters. Alright, so, like, encourages you to continue up the Ojama line for fusion, but it also works with the ABC stuff, doesn't it? That's a little interesting. Still, though, if you're summoning the Ojama, you likely wanted to Link summon with it, so it stops itself from also abusing multiples by they accept the Link monster phrasing here once again. Interesting. Super Heavy Samurai Scarecrow, a Link 1 Earth Machine Link Effect Monster. Attack 0, bottom left. Materials 1 Super Heavy Samurai Monsters. Never underestimate the Samurai archetypes. You can only use this second effect of this card's name once per turn. This card cannot be used as a Link material. Ooh, okay. If there are no spell or traps in your graveyard, battle damage involving this card becomes 0. If there are no spell or trap cards in your graveyard, you can discard one monster from your hand, then target one Super Heavy Samurai monster in your graveyard. Special summon that monster in defense position to a zone this card points to on your side of the field. Not bad, a decent transitional piece. You have options that allow you to continue up a tree. Not bad at all for the archetype. I actually like the Ojama Emperor and Super Heavy Samurai oddly more than the Flame Swordsman, so what I was looking forward to was kind of a little bit of a bust. 20th anniversary cards are here. It looks like they get the different monsters for each protagonist here too, but 2 of them we already got in our Megatons. So I feel like that keeps happening, right? Like we're getting cards before them on some fronts, and that's pretty awesome as the TCG finally getting the respect we deserve. We've got Dark Cavalry, which is looking like Dark Magician stole Gaia's horse, but I don't really know what's going on here fully. So Dark Cavalry is a level 8 Dark Spellcaster Fusion Effect monster, 2800/2300. The fusion materials are Dark Magician and any warrior monster, so I assume he stole Gaia's horse, or is fused on top there. This card gains 100 attack for each spell or trap on the field and in the graveyards. People were touting this as anti-Sky Striker earlier. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing. When a card or effect is activated that targets a card on the field, quick effect, you can discard one card, negate that activation, and if you do, destroy that card. So basically, it can stop Widowmaker. and that's not a once per turn effect at all. But you have to pour the resources into fusing this thing out. It's not treated as Dark Magician as many people wish it would be, which would really help it out. It's still an option. Dark Magician players, tell me how you feel. I've heard different opinions on this too. I'm super happy to see this versus the continual, I wish this was named Dark Magician in some way, shape, or form. Decode Destruction. A normal spell card. You can activate a card with this card's name once per turn. You target a decode monster you control. Apply these effects depending on the number of monsters it points to. 1 plus. Gains 500 attack for each monster it points to. So it gets even bigger. Any monster destroyed by battle with it is banished after damage calculation. So that can be just by yourself. You can enable it to get big and then also banish stuff it kills. If it destroys an opponent's monster by battle at 3 plus, after damage calc, destroy all cards your opponent controls. Big yikes, but you gotta set it up in 2 zones that they would have set up into for you to activate this. And still for a -1, after all that setup, it's not the biggest payoff, I feel like. Something that would be stuck in your hand. Performapal Smile Sorcerer is a level 8 light spellcaster pendulum effect monster, 2500/2000. Pendulum scale 1. Pendulum effect. You can use the first pendulum effect with this card's name only once per turn. If a monster or monsters you control whose current attack is higher than its original attack is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon this card from your pendulum zone. You can only use each effect among the first and second effects with this card's name once per turn. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add a Smile spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Are we smiling over this? If all monsters you control are Performapal monsters, Magician Pendulum monsters, and Slash or Odd Eyes monsters, this sounds familiar, and this card's current attack is higher than its original attack, you can activate this effect. For the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon monsters. Also, draw a card for each monster you control whose current attack is higher than its original. That's pretty insane. You set up, you get your Pendulum summon, you get to where you want to be, and then you do this. That's actually seems pretty good to me. Let me know how you guys are going to use it. That seems pretty good for pendulums. Maybe Triff would have more insight. Shining Draw is a normal spell card, and I don't see too much going on with this. To activate this card, you must draw it for your normal draw in your draw phase, reveal it, and keep it revealed until main phase 1. During main phase 1, that same turn, you can target a Utopia Xyz monster you control, then activate one of these effects. Oh, actually, I thought you had to already control it, so, like, you just keep it revealed, and then not at the start of main phase 1 anytime. So, maybe for Utopia decks. Still, though, if you drew it in your opening hand, that sucks. Equip to that target any number of ZW monsters with different names from your deck and or extra deck. Kind of spicy. Special summon one Utopia Xyz monster with a different name from your extra deck, using that target as an Xyz material. So just big ol' Utopia support coming out everywhere here. Let's actually skip over to this, which we haven't got to on the channel. Number 39 Utopia Double was just announced for our new upcoming set that is super hyped in the TCG. Rank 4 Light Warrior Xyz effect monster attack 0, defense 2500. Its Xyz materials are any 2 level 4 monsters. You can use the first effect with this card only once per turn. Quick effect, you can detach one Xyz material from this card, add a double or nothing from your deck to your hand, then special summon a Utopia Xyz monster from your extra deck except number 39 Utopia Double, using this card you control as a material. And if you do, double the summoned monster's attack and make that summoned monster's unable to attack directly. So basically, you then use the double or nothing after having regular Utopia negate its own attack, and you get freaking massive with that, making it like 10k. But you could also just summon Utopia Beyond. It's at 6k. You've turned everything to 0. There's a lot of options that you can go for with this. I haven't read this at all. This is actually a surprise for me. We've got Possessed Awakening, a continuous spell card. You can only use the 3 effects of this card's name once per turn. Monsters you control gain 300 attack for each different attribute of monster you control. Hey, some decks will maybe like that a lot more. Charmer and familiar possessed monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. That's nice. If a spellcaster monster with 1850 original attack is normal or special summoned to your field, draw a card. Self-replacing is what this card needed. Offers protection from card effects, even your own. So like Dark Hole, you couldn't destroy your own. Although Rageki's not even being really played right now, so that's the point of Yu-Gi-Oh! We're at. But yeah, it needed to self-replace, and that's pretty cool. Normal or special. That's pretty cool. I actually really like that. And finally, the Lost Art promotion is back. I put this in the community tab, but just a note. Basically, it helps support locals. Whenever you spend 30 at a locals, they get to give you one of these free from Konami. We've got Dark Ruler Hades, not drinking, just punch, now it's blood, and he's got his horns, and Skill Drain, he gets his horns back too. We got the Graveyard on Call of the Haunted, Lesser Fiend, kind of a weird one to put out here, and Ring of Destruction with the grenades. Again, like, we have the new set that was announced this weekend that is just insane. The dual power here. So my advice actually for the Lost promotion is hopefully it's a really cool card that is out for the Lost Art promotion during April when this comes out, so that you could just spend your 30 on this and then get a Lost Art promotion card for basically free for a product a ton of people are gonna buy. So just kind of make sure your locals has that unlocked for you. But thanks for watching. What did you guys think of all of this news? I know some of it's a little older. This is brand new, but I am trying to get as much as I can to you guys all at once. There's so much that happened today, including the live streams we've been doing more of. Subscribe if you haven't already. Give the video a thumbs up if you just enjoyed the discussion. And for you regulars, there is a P.O. box to send stuff into now. We'll be doing a community binder, most likely. As long as you're not, like, sending me bulk commons and telling me to fill, like, 3 binders. We'll figure something out. And I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for watching.